Hey people, so I'm about to do a video right here. I just started getting into the dunks. I've seen them for years, and I just didn't like the fact that it was hard to get them, and the prices shot up even faster than Jordan. So I wasn't gonna pay resale and stuff like that. So, but you know, after all it took was for me to get my first pair of regular dunks. I got a pair of those black and white ones, and I was like, "What the hell is it? What's the hype about this stuff? Why is it so bad?" And I realized, you know, well, if you want the good quality, you go with SB. If you don't care, you know, more like Air Force One quality, you go with just a Nike Dunk. It's an SB. So the differences, well, first off the box, they say Nike SB, and they come in this purple box. But some of the more like special releases, they come in like these different color boxes. And over the years, that box has changed from teal to tan to all these other boxes. But a Nike Dunk comes in this, and it's a basketball shoe. This is a basketball shoe. It's got it's made up of like 4 different shoes. Back in 1985, they took the Air Force One, the Jordan One, the Nike Terminator, and like a Nike Legend or something like that. And those 4 shoes kind of made this shoe right here. As you can see, it's got a Jordan One bottom on it. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing my Breds today. Same bottom as a Jordan One, down to the Nike and everything. But you take the Dunk over here, and it takes that same Jordan bottom, but you got a different kind of radial pattern here, and you got an exposed shank plate that's contrasting in color right there. Also, this has this nice regular tongue, thin, and you got a super puffy tongue on this thing for, you know, extra support. You've got like really thin inside here, and not much really ankle support, but in here, if you could see, there's like these extra pads in there. See that? And then we'll go to the insole. This insole is like your regular Jordan insole, you know, glued in like that with you know, Nike on it. This guy, on the other hand, whole different animal. Let's get that insole out of there. So here we go. On the SB Dunk, you get a little memory foam here. You get an Zoom Air unit there. I mean, look at the difference. Whole different, look at that. How thick that is, and look at this. Just a little, so the SB Dunks, you're getting a higher quality insole, everything. Another difference is the Nike, the swoosh. You get the stitches through the swoosh, kind of like you do on a Jordan One. You get the stitches right through here. But on a Dunk, the swoosh goes over the stitch. On an SB Dunk, SB Dunk, regular Dunk, stitch through. SB Dunk, no stitches through. Another thing, this looks different right here. These lace eyelet thing, the whole piece goes across here. You see that right there? But on an SB Dunk, it stops here, and this goes over. This piece right here goes over, and there's a reason for that. I have this one laced up that way. This is a second layer right here. See that? On an SB, you can put this to protect, because when you're doing like kick flips and stuff, your foot goes out this way, and you can protect those laces from getting tore up right there, just those bottom 2. See that? You probably wouldn't even need this side protected, because it's always this side. Your foot doesn't bend in this way. When you're skating, it bends out that way doing your kick flips and all that kind of stuff. So those are some of the differences. So from far away, if you see a Dunk, you can tell if it's an SB or not just by this. See that there? Okay, but then there's also hybrids. So this right here is pretty close to your typical Dunk setup. Flaps right here, air insole, all that stuff, and the shank. But the lobsters are like a hybrid. The orange lobsters, if you go ahead and look at those, if you have those, or if you see a video, they don't have this part, and they don't have the exposed shank. But they do have the swoosh going over the stitches. They do have all the extra padding in here. So that's like consistent with the lobster series. The yellow, the red, the blue, and the orange are all the same, but the purple and green actually have this, but they still have the regular Jordan bottom, you know. So it's still, all the lobsters are hybrids. The Travis Scott is kind of like a hybrid. And then this one here, for some reason they made a orange label version of this shoe. This one and the black one, they made an orange label a few years back, and it was, you could only buy them in an orange label skate shop, which is the highest tier skate shops. And they come in a tan box with an orange swoosh. They usually have on the insole, this is orange. Instead of black tips, I have orange tips. So there's an orange label version of this shoe. And on the back of those ones that are only in those special skate shops, they have this thing that says support your local. Well, this shoe here in this purple box, I believe, since this is an early one, I don't know exactly how they're selling this. I don't know if this is just going to be in all skate shops, say like Tilly's and Mainland and all those stuff, or if it's going to be in just those orange label shops, because it has that support your local. The back of all other SBs looks just like this. Nike and the swoosh, trademark, blah, 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 all that stuff. But the orange label ones have the support your local. So this is supposed to be a GR. It ain't coming out till March 1st, so we won't know when, how the release is. I don't think it's gonna be on sneakers. I think you're gonna have to go into your shops and get these. But like I said, some of the mall shops like Tilly's, Mainland, they should get them. You know, some of those kind of stores. So we'll see what kind of release this is. But if they end up turning this into like a new orange label type thing, where you have to go to orange label shops, but they're gonna make more quantities of it, then you know that could be one of those things too, because they are making the gray orange label just like this with the gum bottom. That one's gonna be at your orange label shops. They're making a black one just like this. That's gonna be like this, a general release supposed to be. So I don't know too much about that kind of stuff. So like I said, you have your basketball dunk, you have your skateboarding dunks, you have the hybrids that are somewhere in between, where you have all of this stuff, but for some reason it's missing, like say these flaps. Like the Lobsters, they don't have the flaps. Like I said, the Travis Scotts, they don't have those flaps either. Travis Scott doesn't have the visible shin plate. It has the Jordan bottom, not the dunk bottom, but it's branded SB. So it's weird. I'm learning all this stuff right now, but like I said, those are the big differences. If you're thinking of getting yourself some dunks, you want the basketball style ones. Also another tip, with the more padding on this, you could go up a half size and it'll still fit. These will fit like a Jordan 1. These are gonna fit a little more snug because of all this extra padding here in the tongue. So you can probably go up a half size in this still, you know. You can go true to size, it'll fit snug. You go up a half size, it'll probably fit. And then depending on price too, if it's like $50 more for a half size up, get it. Or $50 more for that half size, or for your regular size, $50 less than the next size up, don't go up a half size, forget it. You know, it's all sometimes about pricing too. You know, the shoes get expensive, but also the quality. I got on the back right here, I was watching look at, you see that? The video back there is Rose Anvil. He cuts an SB and a regular dunk in half. Cuts them in half, and the thickness on the leather here, thickness on the leather on the SB was 1.8 millimeters. The thickness on this was only 1.5. So it definitely will last longer, that 0.3 more millimeters on thickness. It'll last longer. This is leather. It's all real leather, but it's, if you look at the grain, it's thin. It's thin and it's super coated with some kind of plastic layer. This right here, it's all tumbled. It's nice. It's not coated with that plastic layer. This right here, when it creases, it ain't gonna look good. It's not gonna look like a Jordan 1 on the toe. It's not. Just looking at it, that's gonna crease so horribly. Those aren't my shoes. These ones are mine. So those are the differences at Nike. Oh, one last thing I didn't, because another durability thing they added around the toe box here, they have a what we call it a rolled stitch. So the material comes up, they roll it back under, so it's double thick right there. So that's for like skaters, they hit the tip of the shoe. This doesn't have that. It comes up and you can see the leather grain here. This one you can't see the leather grain because it's rolled. It ain't until it gets back here where you can see they don't have the roll stitch anymore once you get to the back of the toe box. But rolled, you can see the grain on that one. Another durability thing that these are, because these are pro skater shoes. Dunk Low Pro. So yeah, and then like I said, there's an orange label gray one coming out. On the tag it's gonna say ISO, which means in store only, which means you're not getting it online, you're not getting it at sneakers. You can get it at StockX and GOAT later, but you're not gonna get it at sneakers on the drop. You have to go to your local skate shop, either enter the raffle or stand in line. I don't know how that works. I have never done it yet, so I'm gonna try to go get those gray ones at a shop in Berkeley, California, 21st. I think that's a weekend, so I should be able to just roll out there as early as I can and see. I'm gonna call them and see if it's a raffle or what, but yeah, that's one of those things. And then again, watch Rose Anvil's video when he cuts the Dunk versus SB Dunk. The wall thickness is thicker on these two, but one thing that's thinner on these is the thickness here, because you want to be able to feel the toe when you're skating and stuff like that. So they made it a little thinner here. They do have that little you have your little memory foam piece right there for comfort, but it also is thinner there, so you can feel here it's a little more thicker. When you're playing basketball, you want that extra cushion when you kick off. So there's differences. Every single thing has a reason, you know, why it's different from a basketball shoe to a skate shoe. But there you go. That's what I know. If there's anything I didn't hit on Dunks versus SB Dunks, let me know. Put it in the, you know, comment on there, you know, because like I said, I'm just learning. But when I'm spending $200, $300, $400 on a pair of shoes, I make sure I know every single thing about that shoe if I'm going to be doing that. I don't just go and buy, oh, I like that shoe. No, I want to know why I'm spending that much money. I know why these aren't as good as these, but these aren't ugly either. This is that Lakers high. And again, this is one thing that's different on these two. These flaps open up compared to a Jordan 1. So there's another thing. The Jordan 1s, the flaps don't come out. Like on the Rookie of the Years they do, but that comes out. See that? That's kind of cool on the highs, but still, it's not enough for me to want this shoe. It's just quality ain't there. But end of my video. I'm out.